Well, meal one.
Meal one.
You got 120 grams of rice flour, 500 rice milk, 60 gram jam if I'm not wrong, 20 grams of dates, and about 30 grams of these, 28 to be exact.
Rice Krispies.
Rice Krispies.
It is currently 10:15 a.m. too, and Ethan normally eats at like 8, so he's...
Yeah, it's only 20 grams of protein, but it tastes nice actually. I think it's the rice milk makes it taste good.
And the 60 grams of jam.
How many grams is in the middle? You want to try it?
That is victory. Now I'm good, mate. 2 hours post meal one for Ethan, and time to assess the physique. Still pretty flat, and that's to be expected given that we had to pull some weight off this morning with the sauna. Specifically, I know here that Ethan is looking quite flat in the chest. It's most noticeable when he's most muscular, but you'll see throughout the day as we check him in more frequently after every meal that fullness starts to come up, dryness starts to improve, and separation also starts to improve. So that's what we're looking at here.
Meal 2. Guess what we have? We have some rice finally. So we got 75 grams of chicken raw weight, 125 grams of rice, all raw weight, 50 grams of baby spinach, and 25 grams of asparagus. And then we have 100 grams of rice cake, 100 grams of jam, and 50 grams of banana. So this food is 1,200 calories, 33 grams of protein, 255 carbs, and 4 grams of fat only. I can't wait to eat this shit. Looking forward to it.
1.5 litres of fluid in, plus another half a litre in the cream of rice. 2 litres down. Total of about 6 litres going in today. Enjoy, mate.
Thank you.
Another meal down for Mr. Ethan. We are 2 hours post assessing the physique again, and the reason why we're choosing these foods is pretty straightforward and pretty simple. Ethan digests them exceptionally well. He's been eating them this entire prep. They're very low stomach volume, and they control perfectly when we add salt as well for his potassium and sodium ratios that we know increases his hardness, increases his separation, and keeps him nice and dry. So again, time here for us to just continue to look at the physique, see how it's starting to fill up. Glycogen is a bit of a slow burner in regards to its effect on the physique, but we're going to start to see fluid really impact Ethan's look here. He's back up to 98 kilograms and looking absolutely awesome. All right, in the car, off to tanning, but more importantly, it's not tanning time, it's meal 3 time for Mr. Ethan.
Yep.
Mate, what do you got?
So we got 20 grams of whey, 120 grams of rice flour, 50 grams of jam, 20 grams of the date, and we got 56 grams of the crispy bar. It's actually 60 grams.
Yeah, you got a triple bar. It's a little bit bigger.
And we have 500 mils of the rice milk.
Total's coming in at 250 carb again.
Total carb is 228, 1,157 calories, 28 protein, 14 grams of fat.
That's 3 meals at 1,000 plus kcal so far. They're going in on average around about every 3 hours.
Look at that.
Around about every 3 hours. That's typically how long it'll take him to sort of digest, clear that. And then also for those carbohydrates to sort of start to come down from a blood sugar perspective so that we're not having him in a constant state of elevated blood glucose. Right now, we are on target for around about 1,250-ish carbs. Pending the look after this second to last meal, meal number 4, we'll have another look before meal number 5 and then determine if that meal stays the size that it is designed to be at the moment. But response so far, it's happening quick. The look is good. Pretty much rehydrated now. And now it's a matter of feeling glycogen. And then waking up tomorrow, dry as a bone.
And peeled.
A little bit fuller, a little bit harder, and game time.
Game time.
Team, and they will take care of you and make sure you guys get what you need backstage, show you where to go. The pros will have their own dressing rooms. You won't be in with the amateurs. The amateurs will be in a separate area, so you guys will be taken care of. If you want. Check. Oh, that's nice. You guys will have your own dressing rooms, and you'll be taken care of that way. Backstage passes are for sale if anybody needs to come backstage to be with their loved one. I don't know what else I want to say. I'm going to pass it off. I just really want to thank you guys for coming and let you guys know that we're here for you to take care of whatever you need, okay?
It's back in the car again. Oh, would you look at that? What is bodybuilding? Bodybuilding is repetition. Relentless fucking repetition. And this looks awfully familiar. Or similar.
It's same as meal 2, I believe, which was chicken, rice, veggies. I have rice cake in my bag with jam.
Bit of banana.
Bit of banana.
Bit of dates. You have dates in this one? No, dates are in the other one.
No, I'll check when we get back.
And some salt. So
it's beautiful.
It's about another 250 carb going in. This will bring you into about 1,000 carbs today. So that brings us up about 20% on last week's peak. And 10 is done. Just had a look at him in the bathroom. Thankfully, no one came in. They would have seen Ethan in all of his glory. But the look is improving fast. And we'll get home, compare him under our normal lighting, determine that last meal. Then it's sleep time. And show number 5 technically.
In 9 months.
In 9 months. Then a bit of a break.
I'm going to really enjoy this.
Marilyn, I'm going to give him back to you soon, I promise. How about what do I eat on a carb up with a client? Chances are I don't actually carb up because I would get incredibly fat very quickly if I did what Ethan was doing today. However, that doesn't mean that I still don't eat delicious food.
It's funny.
Wait for it. Oh, stop it, guys. Beef muffins
delicious.
on a buttermilk English muffins buttermilk flavour with some salad and then obviously a very good egg. Now infused with some form of strawberry. Now we are 2 hours post meal 4. This will be my second last look at Ethan, and we're about 2.5 kilos up here on his AM weight, identical to last week's peak week for the Arnolds, and with far more carbohydrates coming in, 50% more than what we got at the Arnolds. This means he 100% is going to wake up tighter tomorrow. I'm incredibly happy with this look. One more meal to go after this, then it's sleep time. Beautiful, dude. Left, good. Always for you, that bicep's just that little bit more crank. Breath out, ribs down. There, good. Good. Oh, quad detail. Hips back, left down, good. About 3 or 4 times over for me. Good. Good. A lot more detail on that than this morning. Traps coming up, fullness coming up. And it's going to get better. What were you last time? 98 what?
I don't even know. You wrote it down.
Yeah, I did. I got it in there. I think you'll be about 99.2, 99.4.
I'm 104 now.
Hey, not 104. I was looking before. You know what you were before you went to bed at 10:45 last week? 101.4. But before that last meal, you were 100.4.
So
yeah.
I'm gonna wake up heavier.
Not necessarily. No, not necessarily. Because your fluids where it's at and the fluid's the same, carbs are the same. Are 50% more. You'll probably pull light tomorrow morning, compared to. I think you'll be a little bit lighter than what you were last week.
Do we need to eat more now?
No, just your normal meal. That's definitely going to be enough. It's going to be enough without pushing the limit.
Yeah.
And wasting the tightness. Yeah. Yeah.
Easy, bro.
Very good.
Thank you.
And it is morning of the show time. Just look at the rig. Fuller through chest, super detailed through delts. Legs are as separated and detailed as I've ever seen them. We've woken up really, really tight. We're actually a little bit lighter than what we were at the Arnolds, but with the strategy taken this week, to be a little bit lighter, given that we started lighter, is perfectly normal and expected. But with 50% more carbohydrates going in yesterday than what we would typically get in, we know that the look today, if we just nurse it, is going to be much harder, much fuller. And look, I couldn't be happier with this look. Stay tuned for how it looks on stage. You are about to have your mind blown. Good. Good. Ribs down. Good. Don't pull your belly button in, breathe air out like an ab and thigh. There, that's better. As soon as you over pull belly button, you can't do abs. Legs are so separated, dude. Good. Perfect. Your obliques this morning are fucking razors, man.
No, I can't feel it.
They're razors.
I can feel it all. I can feel it pushing against my skin. My skin is like weak.
Mr. Ethan.
Eat.
Show day morning. What do we have? It is currently 10 minutes to 7. Expectation of being on stage at 11:30. So we've got around about 4.5 hours. Meal 1 of 1 this morning.
Yep, we got 50 grams of rice cake, 50 grams of jam, 150 grams of rice, raw weight, cooked in 300 mils of the rice milk. We have 30 grams of dates and 10 grams of almond butter. So calories, not including the rice cake because I don't know how many calories there. It's 939, carbs 197, 200 plus
the 60 grams rice cake. So yeah, 250 carb and about 1100 plus calories again. Same size meal pretty much as all of yesterday. Every time we hit that meal, we had a positive response. We've woken up this morning, 1.6 kilos it was, I think, up from yesterday.
Yeah.
So we should be aiming for being on stage at around about the 99.5 kilograms, closer to 100 kilos by the time we account for fluid, which is right on Ethan's best look. Starting sharper, very fucking excited.
I'm fuller. Sharper.
The details are pretty fucking nutty today, I'm not gonna lie. It's not only is it awesome, but it's going to be on a stage that can only make it look even better too. So today's gonna be absolutely fucking epic.
I'll be able to. Yeah.
Thank you.
This lighting is funny, right?
Appreciate it.
Yeah. Let me blink twice. Let me blink twice. Put your
Well, the other way.
Oh, yes. Remember what we talked about that?
Just upper. Side chest.
presented down our head judge, Bill Sibilia.
All right, Dave.
Tranquilo.
69 Arthur, 70 David,
Let's go.
Come on,
75 Ethan, 81 Lamar, 82 Paulin, 83 Wesley.
Breath, Ethan, breath. Settle now, breath, Ethan. Good.
70!
Gentlemen, front double bicep.
Stay in your legs, Dave!
Hold, hold.
Yeah!
Perfect, Ethan. Hold, left.
Yes! Good, Dave!
Side chest.
Catch your breath, Ethan, breath. Take your time. Good. Abs. Good. Ethan, down on ribs, down on ribs.
Damn it!
Face the rear. Back double bicep.
Hold, Ethan, hold, hold. Hold.
Yes!
Hold.
Hold it! Hold it, baby! Right
Face
there.
front. Abdominals in one thigh.
Let's go! Come on, Ethan!
Beautiful, Ethan, hold. Good, down, down. Good. Transition, good.
Yes!
Your favorite classic pose.
Let's go!
Take your time, Ethan, take your time.
Let's go, baby.
Look away. Good.
Piernas, dale. Piernas.
Legs!
Beautiful, Ethan.
Your favorite classic pose.
Again!
Dale.
Open it up!
Beautiful. Down, down, down. Good.
Yes! Hold it!
Relax. Gentlemen, get back in the box.
Let's go!
81, 83 switch.
David! Come!
Catch your breath. Breath.
70,
Breath, Ethan, breath. Breath.
82 switch.
Okay, good. Yep. Let's go, Dave.
Breath, Ethan, hold.
Go to
Good.
work, Dave.
Catch it in, breath. Catch it now, Ethan.
Okay, gentlemen, you gotta spread out a little for me. Relax. Stay right there.
Hold, Ethan. Breathe, Ethan.
Relax.
Right
Front
there.
double bicep.
All right, let's
Settle. Settle. Good, Ethan. Stretch.
Yes! Good legs!
Beautiful.
Good!
Side chest.
Jam
Catch
it
breath.
down, David. Let's go. Get big.
Catch your breath, Ethan. Breathe.
Get down.
Beautiful, mate.
Open up more.
Face the rear. Back double bicep.
Beautiful, Ethan. Hold, Ethan, hold. Hold.
Yes, there. Yes. Good.
Face front. Abdominals in one thigh.
Pull it out. Let's go right now.
Take your time, Ethan. Breathe, breathe.
Get in it, baby.
Good. Down. Good.
Right there, legs.
Good.
Your favorite classic pose.
Side try. Side try. Side try, David.
Yes, Ethan, hold. Transition when you're ready. Yes, beautiful, Ethan. Good. Left leg. Good, left. Good, hold. Hold.
What is good, guys? We are coming at you now with a mid-show update. Could have come a lot earlier. It's now just going on 4 p.m. Prejudging finished at around about 1, and in all honesty, I was just far too hyped to jump on here and talk with any clarity. A phenomenal showing for Ethan. I would say arguably even my best peak as a coach for any athlete. You know, to use bodybuilding vernacular, hard, dry, full, separated, presentation, exceptional. Really, really happy with everything. One of the things we wanted to work on from Islands was just a little bit of extra finesse in transitions and posing style for Ethan. The top 6 last week, including Ethan, were all exceptional at that, and I thought this is one thing we actually can still improve on a little bit. I wanted to bring a harder look to the stage this week, and I wanted to test a new peak, which we have documented, as you've seen, and that thus far has proven to be a very, very good strategy. Ethan has pushed you know, an otherwise expected easy win for Wesley if you listen to bodybuilding media. And while I would never ever think anyone can win easily, if you're keeping up to date with any of the sort of posts live today, now in the past, you will see that that was an incredible battle. So, some interesting things, what to do between the prejudging and finals. As I said, Ethan's look was nailed. So for us, it's about maintenance here. I want to have a look and determine now, with the Olympia coming up in 20 odd weeks, what do we need to do to hold a look without having to do anything silly? And if we do just go to like what is perceived to be the holding of the look, what actually happens? So, you know, this is something about coaching and data collection gives us the opportunity to make really informed choices, accurate decision making, as opposed to guessing. Like, for example, I know that when Ethan wakes up the morning of the show, he's usually around about 98 and a half. I know that he looks his best between 99 and a half and about 100.5. We had him on stage this morning at 99.6, literally as he walked out for prejudging. He's currently 100.3 now at 4 p.m, 3 hours after prejudging. I also know that because his meals are so consistent that at around about 1,000 milligrams of sodium and 1,500 milligrams of potassium from foods that he's otherwise used to eating, that pretty much keeps his look consistent, except for by the time we get to the end of the night when he's like fully loaded with fluid, fully loaded with food. That somewhat blurs the lines, but only marginally for him. He's not somebody who has a tremendous shift in fluid balance. So knowing all of these things and knowing what food we put in last week, what food we put in this morning, we've just gone with the same sort of meal. Post prejudge, he finished off the fluids that he was supposed to have backstage. We have a sort of an optional intake there for him, depending on how his GI is feeling. We put in 250 grams of carbs again, 30 grams of protein, about 10 grams of fat, coming from raw weight rice mixed with jam, banana, sultanas, or dates, and a Rice Krispie treat on the side with some extra rice cakes. Really easy, low volume, low fiber, sodium controlled, and we did exactly that again too. We put in 900 milligrams of sodium, we put in 1,500 milligrams of potassium with some potassium dominant salt, and that should have Ethan right on the money. No surprises, weighed in, currently 100.3, urination frequencies pretty much at normal, colour and volume pretty much at normal, the look exactly the same as this morning, and now it's time to see what this looks like on stage again. See how he compares at night time, see how he compares at about 4 p.m. The interesting thing about bodybuilding is not every show is after the same amount of hours after a weigh-in. It's not every show is the same prejudging into the finals. They're all different. So having information like this and some objective measures allows us as coaches to make informed choices as opposed to guessing. And it also allows us to move the needle to suit the day when the day is not the same. So that's the little update. Definitely top 3. No question about that. An incredible result for our Ethan. And this marks our 10th show together and our 3rd season. And in our 3rd season thus far, we have gone first, 6th at the Arnold, and now looking top 3 here at the Detroit Pro. And can I just say, to finish this off, Paul Lozon, Fuad Abiyad, Ben Chow, bravo. This show is fucking awesome. I knew it would be, seeing it from a distance, but proof is in the pudding. Theatre base sort of stage, black backdrop, incredible lighting, great judging. They've got space for pros, they've got space for amateurs, they comp the tan for the pro boys. Awesome stuff. I'm hyped. 1 hour and a half out, finals. Let's see where he ends up.
Abdominals to one side. Gentlemen, your favorite classic pose. Thank you, gentlemen. Back in line. This concludes confirmation. Sit back.
Style. The winner of second place will receive a medal and a check for $6,000. But at this time, please take the first place medal, the check for $15,000, and present it to our winner, Wesley Visser! Ladies and gentlemen, in this top two, Ethan Gohari!
What is good, everyone? I'm in the car with the man of the hour, Mr. Ethan Gohari. Bro,
You're the man.
we are, of course, like true bodybuilders. Well, I'm a pretend bodybuilder, and you're the real bodybuilder here. Hey, we're on the way to train legs after competition.
I know.
Not the night of. We're not that hardcore. The next day, we had a fantastic dinner last night with the Detroit Pro crew and the Hostile crew. Went out for Lebanese. Shout out to them for both a fucking incredible show and also a delicious dinner. We crashed their party and then they comped our dinner. And we ordered up, man. Ethan and I have been talking about having a good dinner for ages, but mate, it's less than 24 hours since you've taken second to Wesley Visser's at the Detroit Pro, and just over a week after coming sixth at your first ever Arnold Classic, man. Please tell me you're satisfied.
I am satisfied definitely with the package and even with the placing, to be honest. The goal was to obviously bring a better package and look and be drier and fuller, which we achieved. And just knowing that Wesley is known for his conditioning and everyone's like, Wesley is peeled to the bone, and that I was able to out-condition him, it's a big win for me, because I know Wesley is one of the top guys at the Olympia now. He will be definitely in that first call out. And I think everyone thought that he's gonna win the show easily, but it was closer than what people thought, and it could go either way, to be completely honest with you. And I'm satisfied. I'm satisfied with my placing, I'm satisfied with my package, and most importantly, I had so much fun on stage, and it was one of the best experiences of my life for sure. And just being there, you know, it made such a massive difference. I don't know what I would do without Dean now. I don't think I can compete without him. I gotta take him everywhere I go.
Mate, how did you find this peak week in comparison? Because like peak week's one and the same, right? Like it doesn't really change, and it's the same sort of things. You're still training, you're still eating the food, but it was a bit of a different approach. So I'd be interested to know, going into it, were you just, I suppose, like, you know, confident in just following like you always do, or did you have any questions or thoughts? Or
I was confident with your approach for sure, but when we got to Detroit, because Detroit is very different to like all the places I've been to in US, and I don't know, I was just feeling a little bit homesick as well, because I miss my son, and this is the longest I haven't seen them. I felt a little bit homesick when we first got here, but then I'm like, you know, we gotta finish up what we started. I can't just pull out or do something stupid. Teens come from Europe to support me. I can't just fuck around, you know. And I have a family who I've left. Like, I can't just fuck with that. And yeah, it was hard mentally, but we got through it. The approach we did was obviously higher fat, lower carb diet, which I think it wasn't that hard, to be honest, because when you eat a little bit of carbs, you want more and more, you get hungrier. I'd rather to have no carbs and just having a little bit of carbs with each meal. And then when we carved up after like 3 pretty much no carb day, I feel like my body responded so well, and I just feel that nicely, and I got drier and drier as we went. And then on the show day, that was definitely the best look I've ever brought to the stage, and that's what we wanted to do. We want to try something new and see if it works. If it works, we try it for Olympia. We do the same thing for Olympia, you know, something similar.
Yeah, it's I was saying this to Flex Coach George this morning actually, because he was like, "Mate, that look was unreal." And I said, "Yeah, man, like as a coach, you have all of these ideas and these thoughts around like what should technically make sense." And even when I started this, like in this industry, like 10 plus years ago, you know, I was an individual who had a lot of opinions based on what I thought made theoretical sense, but I didn't have the practice yet. It's like I did the shows myself to sort of, you know, walk the walk, and you have all these ideas, but sometimes like theory sounds great, but it doesn't necessarily work in practice. Maybe this is because I think so many people like apply theory to every individual, thinking they're the same thing, but like every client is different. So I think having a theoretical base makes a big difference, because you can do things with at least confidence or maybe some foresight into what you would expect. But I've said to you before, like your characteristics that stand out are hardness, graininess, muscularity, like great presentation. And I really want to try and dial this up this week. Because you've always actually presented that. This is the thing. But it was like, can we dial you up? You know, like, can we like add another color to the rainbow, make you a big fucking and man, like every strength of yours was highlighted yesterday, and I think it was really fucking cool.
Yeah, and it was such a good feeling hearing from like Fuad, Ian, all the judges, the head judge, everyone was like, your conditioning was next level. We haven't seen someone so peeled and full like that in a very long time. Like they didn't. And Ben came up to me, he's like, you're the most conditioned guy in like classic and bodybuilding like, today. And like pretty much everyone was saying that to me, which is like really satisfying, because my goal is to always be the most conditioned, because I know I can be, and I know I can always be a little bit leaner. And nothing satisfies me as being like the most peeled guy, because everyone knows if someone is peeled, he's been putting in the work, he's working harder than other people, and I always want to be the hardest worker in the room.
Yeah, so if you can't win, you may as well be the talk of the town.
Yeah, true.
And even actually, you know, like another client of mine, Camille, said to me this morning, he's like, man, Ethan's gone from being like realistically like a small name, like obviously our collective group know you in Australia, knows you, to now being like, you know, a 2-time winner, top 6 Arnold, second place Detroit, to a double winning Arnold competitor in Wesley, like in the space of, well, a few months now if we consider America, but like just this last 2 weeks has come a long way, man. So
literally from my lowest point
in July, yeah, for sure,
only a few months ago.
Yeah, but next up's Olympia. It's going to be I'm sure, like for me, like that was like proof of concept for Ethan. I really thought that approach would be a good approach for him, but I wasn't prepared to take an educated guess on the biggest show of your life in Arnold's. Yeah. And I'm super happy with, you know, this is actually a bittersweet thing I think of as a coach. Like when you say to me, and like anyone says to me like, oh man, that package was the best ever, it was even better than Arnold's, I think my thought isn't good, my thing is, fuck Arnold's. You know, like, but I know I didn't.
Yeah.
But it's like, because the like bodybuilding is this constant pursuit of progress.
Exactly.
When you then get more progress, by default, sometimes I feel like, does that make the previous progress failure? But no.
No,
you know.
we still brought the best for Arnold as well.
At that point in time, exactly. Yeah.
And that's a good thing about bodybuilding. Like that's what I love about bodybuilding. You can always improve. You can always look better. You know, there's always a few things you can manipulate, make changes. You know.
Yeah, there's an opportunity always. I'm just telling Ethan he's got to get off at this exit. Otherwise, you're going to see a background swerve. Maybe he just wants to talk a little bit longer. Mate, any final thoughts? What now? You know, we're going to train legs in about 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Go home to your beautiful wife and little fella, Donnie, and have a bit of a rest. Give yourself some break. We've got about 28 weeks or so to the Olympia. So this last prep we did about a 7 or 8 week push up and then a 6 to 7 week diet. So we've got so much time.
We have time. We have time. And I asked for feedback from the head judge Bill, and all he said is like, just bring your lats up a little bit, you know.
Yeah, which is cool. You know, like this is the other thing that's great. Like you've had the opportunity now to be in front of a couple of different judges.
All the good.
Tyler said to you last year, he said arms and lats. Bill said he was happy with arms yesterday, sorry. So we know what we've got to do.
I know, and my arms came up hips since last show still. Even my lats were the best they've ever looked.
Yeah.
And we only had 6-7 weeks. Now we have 28 weeks. Let's say we have 12 weeks of making improvements and 10 weeks of dieting. Obviously, we're gonna still stay, you know, nice and tight during the growth phase, so we don't need to diet down for 20 weeks or do something stupid. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Olympia, it's been a dream of mine for years since I literally started competing. I got a tattoo here 7-8 years ago because I wanted to make it to Olympia.
Now you're gonna have to start a tally on it.
I know.
You might have to put like an X or something, or a date, maybe a date.
I know.
Just start accumulating.
No, I need more tattoos, but I just haven't had the time to get a tattoo.
They're just too busy doing awesome at bodybuilding.
Competing 5 shows in 9 months.
Yeah,
This is insane. But yeah, I just wanna thank Dean for everything he's done to me this past 5 years. It's been 5 years. When I looked at my first check-in photos the other day, I'm like, fuck, I look like shit. And back then, I thought I looked really good. I was so confident with my look, and it's crazy. This guy is a fucking magician.
Nah, man,
He's changed my life, not just as a bodybuilder, but I'm learning something new from him every single day, and I am super grateful for you, bro.
Man, it's honestly been a
in my
pleasure.
heart.
As an outsider looking in, I knew Ethan always had the requisite characteristics to make a good bodybuilder, and that's what I look for in all of my guys. And I've had people make comments in the last few years, I think, because they've seen the results of everybody, that I only take on good people, and it's not true. I take on.
Not true.
There's one thing that you and I have in common, and that is the use of the hashtag relentless repetition. We've used this for years now, and another one that I always talk about is like potential realized. And I think if you're a bodybuilder or wanting to become a very competitive bodybuilder, the attributes that are required to be a great bodybuilder are actually very simple. A high work ethic, a willingness to work even in the absence of confidence, I think is a great one, because you're going to have ebbs and flows in your confidence in yourself and your look, but it's about still doing the work. It's about still eating the food. It's about still focusing on recovery and being relentless in your pursuit, regardless of how you feel. That's not to say that you shouldn't acknowledge how you feel, because that's also very important.
In a simple language, you gotta get shit done no matter what.
You do, man. Good bodybuilders just make it happen. So, guys, thanks for following along for this Backstage with Flex Success. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you've enjoyed this entire block of stuff of Ethan. I'm sure there'll be plenty more to come. See you in the next one.
See you guys.
If you like this content, remember to like, subscribe, and share with your friends. See you in the next one. Train smarter, not just harder.